So what I want to do now is have Sakshi come in and share an example of how she was able to be fully present. And I don't want to really go into her example, but how she's able to be fully present and really implement what we're talking about. So give me a moment or two, and let's try to bring Sakshi on board here. Let me find Sakshi. So give me just a moment, guys. And thank you so much for all being here. And I hope that so far this has been helpful for you. Okay. So Sakshi, I'm inviting you on with your webcam and your microphone. And I'll probably mute mine.
So, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Thank you so much, Michael, for that wonderful presentation. I learned a lot today. Thank you so much. And thank you to all of you for joining today. And I feel really grateful to be able to share my experience with all of you. So recently, I was talking to a friend of mine about a research idea. And while I was talking to him, I was totally present in the moment, and I was thinking about my topic. I was thinking about how my topic can impact the lives of people. And because of that passion, I was able to express myself fully and in the moment. And that really helped me communicate clearly. And even now, while I'm talking to you, I'm feeling more and more present to what I'm communicating with all of you, and sharing the fact if we do put these things into practice, the present in 3D, it's amazing. I mean, I'm going to write it down and put it up on my board to remind myself because this is really great. So yeah, I think this works. It worked for me when I was talking to my friend about it, about my research idea. And the very fact that my idea had something to offer to this person, it might inspire that person to think about his own idea. And so the very fact of me feeling that I was giving something through what I'm talking about helped me speak clearly. So that's something that I had gone through. Thank you for letting me share today.
Oh, sure. Don't go anywhere. Just a couple more questions. You have a class that you need to get to. So what time do you need to leave? Do you have another 5 or 10 minutes, or do you?
Yes, I do have 5 or 10 minutes. Yes.
5 or 10 minutes. Great. So you also had an experience, and I don't know if this is the same one, where you had to be present and talk about your ideas in some kind of a presentation environment. I don't know if that's happened. If it did, maybe you can share about that. And you've also been doing some stuff with your Buddhist organization. And you've had some presentations there. So share a little bit about the feedback you got from those things and how this worked with that.
Yeah, I think so. It was last week when I had to present in one of the research symposiums that happened online. And so I had to present about my research topic, and also I had to share a couple of slides and what process I went through. So while I was talking about it, I was thinking about, okay, this is what I have done, and this is what people who are listening to me can take back from my work and use in their own projects. And so that was something that had happened when I was presenting. And I have many Buddhist meetings every week, and every time I share, because I have personally been practicing Buddhism for about 8 years, and because it is in my life, and I have gone through victories and experiences, so the very passion that I feel when I talk about Buddhism, it just touches people's lives. And when I share a Buddhist concept or a study, it really touches people's lives. And after the meeting, they always come back to me and tell me, oh, what you said was great. I could really relate to what you said. And one lady also came up to me and said, the way you speak is very articulate. And I was amazed, because I was this person before who really used to struggle with just being able to say my name, or just being able to say what I want to say. And so to see this transformation over a period of years, months actually, and for me to be able to sustain it over a period of time, it has been great. I mean, uh, we often, when we are in that state in life, when we feel that nothing is moving forward, I am not able to express myself, am I going to be this way my entire life? And that really makes us feel so hopeless. But I think Pro 90D is a program which really gave hope to me, that no matter how badly I speak right now, I can speak well. I am an excellent speaker. I mean, it has everything that one needs to be able to become an excellent speaker. And I have personally experienced it in my life. Like right now, as I'm talking, I'm just so grateful to have encountered Pro 90D and to be able to transform my speech. That I have been able to come to the US and study at a place where I had never imagined I would. So I just want to thank Michael once again. I can't stop thanking him enough, though.
So, just a little background. Sakshi and I started when you were in India, and you were, I don't know if this was, I know you came into contact with Pro 90D. Was this before you went to college, or when you were in college? Before your master's degree, right? You were in college. So it's
Yes, this was 2013, I guess. 2013 or 2014. Yeah.
uh-huh. And you started out with the self-study, I think, and you started working through that. Then you wanted to get a little more serious when you were doing your master's degree. And you have a master's in what? In clinical psychology. Is that
Yes.
correct? Yeah,
Yes.
master's in clinical psychology. So then we started doing coaching. So you went from self-study, which is a great place to start for some of you. Then we did coaching. Then you actually became a coach, and you started coaching some of my clients. And then you had a kind of a life transition, and you got a job and started doing some other things. Then later I found out that, wow, Sakshi's over here in the US in Harvard University. So now you're here in Harvard, and you're working on a what? Another master's in what?
So I'm working on a master's in this field called prevention, science, and practice.
Mm-hmm.
And so, which basically talks about how we translate what we know into what we do, and how we translate what we do into what we know. So it is this field which not many people know about it, but yeah,
Okay.
it's growing steadily.
And at some point in the future, you and I will be working together again, and you'll be doing some. So I just wanted to let everyone know that you're back, you're even here in the U.S., and that we're going to be working together. But let me just present this. That's something that you did when you first came on today, that you had improved on since our last webinar, right? So now we're going to get a little tactical, just a quick moment. And it's something that I shared with you. I said, hey, make sure that you do this in your presentation, the one that you had, last week or whatever. And you did it today. What is it that you did when you started speaking today that got you into that rhythm, into that flow? Just share with us in the next minute or two what you did.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think what I did was I started slow. I started extending my words, and I was constantly reminding myself of what you shared with us today about the 3D. I think that really got me to be able to speak more smoothly than the last time. Because last time I felt I was a little nervous, and I was like, not going that slow, and I was overthinking my speech. Now I know what I was doing then. And today, because of what you shared, it primed me into being present and being aware that, okay, what I'm sharing will be of value to everyone on this webinar. And also the idea of speaking slow and extending my words. I think these were some of the things that helped.
Very good. Feel free to hop off whenever you need to. I'm just going to affirm a few things you said and then share a couple of other things, and then we're going to wrap up. So whenever you need to hop off, just let us know. But what you guys are seeing here is her implementing like immediately real-time things that she's learning. Now, some of you've heard me talk about modeling. Well, she's already done that. She's kind of on the other side of that. She may still model in some ways, but you get to a place where you don't need to really model. But she's now starting to implement some of these other strategies and techniques that's built on top of the foundation of modeling. Okay, so some of you say, oh, okay, well, all she did was this. Well, that's not all she did, because she spent time doing the modeling and doing the work, and now she's at this place. But you can take what you learned today and you can immediately implement it. Just understand it's part of an overall system, an overall structure and program. And that's why we want to be able to share with you. Let me just give me a second here. We know that these are kind of difficult times for all of us. And so what I've done is put together just a little program here, and it consists of 7 steps to quickly achieve smooth, calm, confident speech. Some of you already have this, but for those of you that don't, you might be watching the replay or you might be here now, you're going to be able to get the videos and the audio, and you'll be able to get the audio in a mobile application along with something called our Passive Learner Mental Trainer. Sakshi's probably familiar with that. She's heard it for years now, but I'm packaging that, which I used to sell for like $99 by itself, the mental trainer. That's packaged in with the 7 steps. And this is only like $19. It's like $20. So I've never sold anything for like $20. I either give away for free or it's 100, 200, 300, 400,000. So this is $19.99. So if you're able to grab this, you're also going to get a mobile application that's downloadable. So I want to just encourage you to do that because it's a great first step for you guys to take. So Sakshi, before you step out and before we kind of wrap up, anything else you'd like to share with people during these turbulent times? Anything that you want to share?
Yeah, thank you for asking me to share. There are 2 things that I'd like to share. One is that please don't be too hard on yourselves and use this time to really build a skill that you have always wanted to. And I would say invest in yourself as well, because this is a perfect time for you to reflect, dive in, and really do things that you have always wanted to do. So these are the 2 things that I would like you to say, because I often ran away, because of my Indian mindset of not spending money on things that I really need. I would often put things off, and I would then be like, oh, why didn't I invest on myself earlier? And so I think it's always good to invest in yourself, because these are skills that you're building that will last for a lifetime, and that will help you earn more money in the future, get great jobs, and really do well, impact people's lives. And so please invest in yourself. That's what I want to say.
Thank you. Thank you.